Live.
Ah!
We're technically still late. That's my fault. We're only 3 minutes late. I wanted to get the thumbnail done so it looks all pretty on YouTube and stuff when you guys want to join. We're going to have some pretty interesting news this week, including literally fire.
Yes. Someone early adopted a 2080 Ti, and it caught fire! You're welcome.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
It's just so, it's so hot right now. It's so hot.
It's lit.
Yeah.
It's
People
lightning.
are like, oh my god, I might be able to use part of its functionality soon. Whoa.
Well, more on that, actually.
Yeah.
Updates there, too. And Amazon is going to start selling iPhones and crack down on the resale market. Only authorized resellers of Apple devices on Amazon. This is huge!
That is pretty huge, and it's probably why Apple's going to be selling stuff on Amazon now.
Oh, yes. Oh,
that was
yes.
a agreement that happened.
Yes. Yeah. We'll get into that.
Valve is potentially working on a Half-Life 2 prequel for VR. We're going the other direction.
Not all the way, though.
Not all the way.
Interestingly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways.
Roll the intro.
Yeah, no more news for you. That's later.
You'll see. Paddle, paddle, paddle. Yeah. That was my shoes.
Mos Organiser. Madrinas coffee.
Madrinas.
Seasonic titanium powered. Wow, that actually was rough on my voice a little bit. All right.
Hi.
There we go. Hey.
How are you doing? Last week you were in the USA.
I was gone. I was in Chicago.
What were you doing there?
You know, you hear kind of scary things about Chicago.
Windy.
Lots of wasn't talking about the wind. Lots of gun crime and stuff.
Okay.
It's a really nice city. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed my time there. It was great.
This guy with a gun is
once.
This guy with a gun's like, here, let me get the door for you.
Oh yeah, it's great. That would have been delightful. Anyways, yeah, it was fun. I've been good. How are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Nice.
I was in USA also.
Oh.
Went to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went to LA.
How was that?
It was fun. We talked to the YouTube people, and we ripped around on those little scoots, those Lime scooters. It's like the Uber Scoober. They should have called it Scoober.
They definitely should have called it Scoober.
I bet
Uber needs to make a scooter division.
They probably already, yeah.
That should happen.
Don't they have a scooter thing? Or they invested in it and abandoned it? It's been in the headlines. I have neglected to click.
I have not a clue.
But they're sweet and they're pretty cheap. And fast, and sometimes people double on them. I doubled Ed. It's pretty fun.
Oh, okay. For some reason, my immediate imagination went to 1 foot on each, just flying.
Wait, 2 scooters?
Yeah.
And you're split leg? I thought okay, that's weird. I thought you were going to say someone riding on the handlebars.
Oh.
Which is where you steal. That would
be really hard.
Yeah, really hard.
You have to be a very small person.
You got to lean back, keep the weight on that back wheel.
Yeah.
Any case, that's all ridiculous.
Speaking of keeping weight on the back wheel, 2080 Ti has caught fire. This was posted by Tech Dreamer on the forum. A hard OCP user claims to have been browsing the web.
Not even pushing it hard.
No, he might have had GPU activated browsing, but that's very, very low. It wasn't necessarily at 0, but it was very, very low.
Or he was folding at home.
Maybe that's true. Folding at home, heck yeah, check it out on the forum.
Yeah, we're doing that this month. Everybody get on it.
Yeah.
Are you doing that, by the way?
I'm not currently at home. I can.
You have a computer?
I've barely been at home.
Yeah, but the thing with folding at home is you just set it and forget it.
Yes, I haven't had time to set it.
It takes 2 seconds, and I'm a noob, and actually the setups. He's gonna get on there, guys.
I will get on there.
And you should too.
It's a very conflicting situation because my computer is a work computer. So I would need to get that approved.
Okay, I think last week or the week before, Jake got on there, and I think he did it with a work computer.
Okay.
But you're using home electricity.
Yes.
So yeah, you're miling out the components a bit, but if you don't run them that hot, that shouldn't be that bad. And it's your electricity you're paying for, so it's not like you're costing the company money.
Yeah.
So I think you're good, bud.
As long as he's okay with the burnout, which there shouldn't be much, as long as they're not hot.
Yeah. Do medium. I'm only running on medium.
How hard does medium hit it? Just so because there's probably some people in the audience that are interested. in helping?
I think on my system, I was
Like how hot do you get?
like 70s.
Yeah, okay, so that's not bad. So like,
Because on high, I was like in the high 80s. And I was like,
yeah, that's maybe not great.
yeah, because it's long.
You can also undervolt a little bit.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I hit this little slider bar.
If you're worried about the longevity of your card, actually a lot of cards can be undervolted and overclocked, and it's still fine. So you can check that out and see if you can do that, and go from medium or maybe even low to whatever. Just make sure your card isn't getting super hot, and you're probably okay.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you can lend your computer to help research really cool causes like Alzheimer's research and stuff like that, and it doesn't take any effort from you, which is great. So check it out. There's a big thing all month we're doing it. But anyway, this guy might have been doing that.
If you do it for the month and then you're like, this is really cool, but I want to do other stuff as well, you can check out that same forum on our forum, the same forum section, and there should be information on Boink, and Boink has like a bunch of different projects you can join.
Okay.
Folding is a little bit more targeted.
Okay.
Boink, you can more select kind of what you're working on. They're both super cool. Folding is bigger as far as I know.
Okay, yeah. There's a ton of teams. There's like, I looked at the leaderboard. There's a team that's just called Team Taiwan. I'm like, how many people are like? They just went on the news. We're like, all right, everybody,
we're joining together.
You're getting a tax break if you do this. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Folding at home. Check it out. So
all
this
right.
guy was maybe folding at home, but all we know is browsing the web. He's not maxing out his card. He's not gaming. The card's not overclocked. As far as we know, he doesn't have a faulty CPU, or I mean PSU, power supply. And suddenly his computer just unexpectedly shuts down. He goes to investigate by looking through the side panel, and there's fire shooting out the back of his card.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it scorched it.
That's not fun. We've had a lot of reports, and I know Gamers Nexus is looking into this. I haven't been on my computer a ton. I'm not sure if they've finished their investigation, but I know they've been collecting dead 1080 Ti's.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out why they died, how they died, stuff like that.
I think this is the only straight up fire.
That's what I was going to say. This is the only one I've heard of that's fire. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of them have died. I don't think a lot of them have like catastrophically gone out.
Gone out in flames?
In flames, yeah, exactly. So this one's a little bit more spectacular than most we've ran into.
Do you have any idea of whether or not this would be covered by warranty?
Oh,
you would hope.
I think it would be.
But I've seen some posts saying, "Oh, that's kind of stuff's normally not covered," and I've seen counter posts saying, "No, I had a similar thing happen to me when my GPU went up in flames."
Oh boy!
And it was an MSI one, and it got covered. And then there's also some questions as to whether
they might look into like were you super aggressively overclocking it? If he changed the BIOS on here, I'm sure he's screwed.
Do you think it's an EVGA warranty thing, or is it an
it would
NVIDIA
go back. It
thing?
would go back to EVGA, and then I guess you'd have to see what EVGA thought about it. But it's not the chip; it's the board, right? And like, what kind of a card is it? It's a TIXC. Sounds like it's probably a EVGA related problem.
Ooh,
I'm going to guess, because if that's not a reference board, that might be something that EVGA did. I have no idea. I'm talking out of my butt right now.
It's butt talk. Welcome to the butt show.
Yeah. I'm not super familiar with this individual card, but if that's a non-reference board and that is a non-reference part of the non-reference board, then yeah, I would contact EVGA. Honestly, I've had very few computer components fail on me, and this wasn't even a case where a computer component failed. I just called EVGA, freaked out. It's a long story, so I'm not going to go into it. I've talked about it on my show before. But their customer service was freaking wonderful, so I'm sure this dude will be taken care of. Should be okay.
Cool.
You were talking about other details.
I was?
Like you were saying he was like there or something?
Who was where?
The kid was there?
Oh, yeah, there was. In his original thread here, he says that he was a little freaked out because his child was like nearby, physically close to the computer tower when it was happening. So
scared the bleep out of me since my kid was right around it when it started to shoot flame. Haven't tried to turn the PC back on. Yeah, okay, that's probably a decent idea. So apparently everything was in its stock form. So I'm going to assume he never even opened it before? What?
What are you talking about?
Okay, he said, I was just doing some web browsing, wasn't even doing anything else at the time. So he probably wasn't folding, he probably wasn't playing a game in the background, whatever. Everything in its stock form, never even opened it before. Is it a pre-built?
Are there even pre-builts that have 2080 Ti's in them right now?
Well, I'm sure you could get something from like Main Gear, Origin, any of those guys. What does chat think? The card itself, I saying opened it is kind of
like
weird.
he never opened it up.
I guess
it's a weird thing to say. Segue.
Yeah,
Speaking of weird things, or things that also are smoldering in fire, there's a new agreement between Amazon and Apple where shoppers will soon see a selection of the latest Apple products on Amazon.com. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but historically, you can only buy iPhones from Apple, like Apple.com or Apple stores.
Or right? Apple
or like if you're gonna go to like T-Mobile
kiosk style stores. So yeah, okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, if you go to a cell phone, like a cellular provider, they might have it. But Best Buys would have like Apple sections of their stores, but there would usually be an Apple representative there, even though you could be helped by.
For online sales, was it always just Apple.com?
Okay. Honestly, not enough of a Mac fanboy to care, so I never knew.
Pretty sure.
But yeah, as far as I know.
Anyway, you'll be able to buy them now on Amazon. And this has some serious implications.
That's pretty huge.
Especially for the resale, for like the refurbished ones. So, okay, let's just go through this here. Currently, many Apple products are only available on Amazon through third-party resellers, and their prices and conditions vary wildly. And that's not Apple's way.
Sorry, someone in the thing is like he paid for special effects and he got them. They were talking about the graphics card. So it's like that is the best version of RTX you could ever ask for. The lighting off of that fire was probably perfect.
Oh yeah, the reflections on the tempered glass.
Yeah.
They were hyper real. You could feel it, the heat.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
Apple likes to control all the products, right? That's why they have authorized resellers and everything.
Yeah.
They don't want you to go on eBay and buy a random conditions that are.
They don't want you buying them from other people. They don't want you repairing them, etc., etc. They want to control the pipeline as much as possible.
So now, currently today, there are resellers. There's all sorts of people on the Amazon marketplace that are selling different Apple products in various conditions. But that will not be the case going forward because the deal will limit resellers of Apple and Beats products to those authorized by Apple. Independent sellers of Apple products will have their listings that may be online right now removed after January 4th, 2019.
That's pretty soon.
Yeah.
That's potentially ripping an entire business.
That could be your livelihood.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And it is for lots of different sellers. They were all emailed. They got an email from Amazon saying that this was the case. And the only recourse they have is that, well, you can apply to Apple to become one of their verified resellers. Like, that's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
Maybe for a very small minority. So the reason that this is weird, though, is because there's something in the U.S. that's called first sale doctrine. So the United States Supreme Court has ruled that people who legally own a product may legally resell it, and federal law protects that right under something known as a first sale doctrine. And in quotes from that doctrine is, an individual who knowingly purchases a copy of a copyrighted work from the copyright holder receives the right to sell, display, or otherwise dispose of that particular individual copy.
I don't think that has anything to do with this, though.
It does, though, because listen.
Okay.
So Apple can't control that. They can't just have their normal authorized resellers. They can't control the secondary market because once you own the thing yourself, you can sell it as you want. But if one of the biggest resale markets in the world is Amazon.com, and if Apple enters an agreement with Amazon whereby all the Apple products sold on Amazon have to adhere to the deal that they strike, thereby they can circumvent
absolutely
this
and
law.
Technically I believe that's legal. What would have to happen here, as far as I know, is it would have to be shown that Amazon is effectively a monopoly of online sales
for them to
for the law to be able to cover that, because right now it's an individual company being like, we don't want to use those people. That's completely fine. You can decide that people aren't allowed to sell through your platform. They're allowed to do that.
Now, okay,
I'm not saying I necessarily agree with any of this stuff or disagree with it. I'm just saying right now that law won't really affect us because an individual is still completely allowed to sell that thing. Just
They just won't be able to do
Not
that
through
on
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
And Amazon does. What's the percentage of online sales that's Amazon?
probably
It's like
ridiculously
70
high.
or something for the U.S.
Yeah,
it's like
not the
over
same everywhere
10%
else.
of retail in general, I think, at this point.
Wow.
But it's huge. This does apply though to their global, all the global reach of Amazon. So that's France, Germany, UK, US, Italy, Spain, Japan, and India. And I don't see Canada on that list, interestingly. The other thing that's weird is, or I guess expected, is that HomePod is not going to be sold on Amazon.
Because there's a competitor.
Yeah, because they have the Amazon Echo. They also don't sell the Google Home.
Yeah.
And so I guess there was another spat that I didn't know about between Apple and Amazon where
Apple TV.
yeah, so until last year, you couldn't get Apple TV on Amazon. And so, because Apple wanted Amazon to sell the TV, but in turn, Amazon wanted the app for Amazon Prime Video to appear on the Apple TV. And then Apple didn't want that. So the Apple TV was for sale on Amazon, but then it got pulled because Bezos said that his reasoning was like, if you're buying an Apple TV on Amazon, it's reasonable for a customer to expect that Amazon's properties, Amazon's video is going to be included on this product that you bought from Amazon. And when that's not happening, the user could be disappointed. I'm not sure if I totally buy that argument, but it's reasonable. That was the rationale there. They got past that though. So then today you can buy Apple TVs on Amazon, and Amazon Prime Video is on them. Similar to the spat that they had between having YouTube on Amazon. Was it on Echoes? On the Echo Show. Having YouTube on the Echo Show. That was the thing between Amazon and Google.
Someone in chat is saying that Rule 12, whatever that means, of U.S. trade law, so I guess that's what that means, also prevents contracts from limiting third-party sale as well. That sounds extremely vague and not all-inclusive, and I'm sure there's more to that law, and I'm sure there's other laws that deal with that law. We don't know all of American law.
No, we don't. But presumably this deal was made by lawyers on both sides of it.
Who probably know what's going on.
They probably know what that chat guy knows.
Yeah.
And it appears to be going through.
Yeah.
I wonder, with your point about them being a monopoly, I wonder if it's relative to online, like they're a monopoly online, or is it just broadly?
In general, monopoly law has not been used as much as it used to be used. It used to be a lot more active in terms of crushing monopolies and stopping monopolies from happening, but for quite a few years now, they've been pretty passive about that stuff. So not only am I not sure, but I don't necessarily know that they would step in anyways.
And then there's another layer of analysis or whatever where it's like, are they a monopoly of specifically selling Apple products? Well, I guess that's not even a consideration because Apple has a monopoly on selling Apple products. It's every individual business. So this actually increases the competition there. I wonder also if they're getting if Apple pays less to Amazon for each sale than other products. They're like, look, because normally they're getting it directly, right? They don't have to pay out any middleman at all.
Interesting. I don't know.
I'm
sure there's special deals going on. I just don't. I can't imagine what they necessarily are. Whether it's like you're saving on logistics, or like maybe all the shipping and handling is going to be handled by Apple instead of Amazon.
I would imagine that they're going to have fulfillment advantages when it launches. Being able to get it in one day rather than, I pre-ordered it, I'm getting mine first, but I have to wait until they all reach me. Yeah. Amazon's really good at getting things to you fast, so there'll be some synergies for sure.
Yeah, people are bringing up law stuff. We are not claiming to know law stuff. Someone's saying they're not a monopoly because they're in the international market. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I have no idea. Sounds good, though. I guess this will be something that we watch unfold over the next little while. We'll see what happens when, I guess, on January 4th. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's when the other ones get pulled for sure. Another interesting thing, rumor time, Valve working on Half-Life 2 prequel for VR. Half-Life VR.
Yeah, it's been VR's been interesting for a little while now because I used to make videos every once in a while. I think I made 2 in total talking about how VR is like kind of dying a little bit, at least in terms of its current hype, not in terms of VR is like dying with a killing blow. I mean, they're dying in terms of they're going down.
It's like cryptocurrency.
Hated me for that.
It's
so
like
much. Yes.
It's the future, but just stop talking about it because it's like that's the future.
Right now,
You're in
right
1992.
Now yeah. So and people hated me for that pretty hardcore both times. And I was like, guys, I'm right. And it's still
but you have
going
influence,
down.
so you're like it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It was bad. I was a bad person for doing that. But
He is.
one thing that I held on at that time, and I still hold on now, is there certain companies in the space that are going to make sure they keep on pushing forward, which is exactly what we need. Bethesda, while they're not always in everyone's good graces, seem to be holding up that trumpet for VR and just keep pushing, keep announcing more games in VR. Valve keeps on pushing. It's good. This kind of stuff is really awesome to hear. I don't necessarily think this is going to like be the winning ticket that's going to make everyone buy a VR headset and like continue to consume VR content, because that seems to be actually the biggest problem is people buy headsets and then lose interest pretty quick. Not everyone, calm down. I know you like your headset. I'm just saying a lot of people.
Well, hold your horses, because this could come out in a decade.
That's
we have no idea
very true.
when this will come out, so it could be the case that when it comes out, it's right on some epic wave, and the momentum just goes and goes.
Valve time is very real.
Yes.
So this could be forever away. But yeah, they're reportedly working on their own virtual.
Why? Yeah.
Hooray! They're reportedly working on their own virtual reality titles to fully take advantage of upcoming hardware like the Knuckles controllers, which are cool, including a new Half-Life game, but not 3. According to Valve News Network, Valve's own VR headset is deep in development, and when it eventually launches, it will be bundled with a game, probably this one. That game is rumored to be Half-Life VR Story, and it's said to be a prequel to the events of Half-Life 2.
Now, a prequel to Half-Life 2 is not Half-Life 1. I guess it's Half-Life 1.5, so I guess like the gateway to the other dimension's open, but the Combine haven't fully taken over Earth yet, which they did in like 7 hours. So somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole game takes place over that 7 hours.
Maybe.
Who knows? But it's going to be apparently a first-person shooter.
Or maybe it's a... Okay, yeah.
So how do you walk around?
Oh, there's multiple different ways you could do that.
How do you think they'll do it?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was teleportation. Personally, I actually prefer teleportation over like shortwave teleportation. Have you played Doom? VR Doom?
No.
So basically, you get your controller and you have like an arc that you can shoot out, and it'll put a spot on the ground.
Yeah, I've teleported like that in different VR things.
Yeah, I personally prefer that over joystick movement. Joystick movement starts to like
mess you up.
It's too much. Yeah, I would prefer to teleport and then be able to physically move within whatever my bounds are within my newly teleported space.
Is that how Doom does it?
Yeah. We'll have to see though. Movement in VR is going to be a problem for a while. I have no clue how they'll solve it. Someone will solve it, and then it will be glorious. Movement and full body immersion.
It just seems that even if and when they solve that stuff, it's going to be such a high barrier to entry. It's going to...
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm not even buying the DDR mat. Well, or like the Wii Fit. It's like, oh, that's a whole other couple $100 thing.
Yeah. Well, not even that. Not even very likely upgrading your computer. I know not necessarily for a lot of people in this audience, but for most people, upgrading or getting a computer in the first place, then having the space for it, then the headset itself is really expensive. Really, really expensive. And even if it wasn't, there was actually a really interesting blog post by Palmer Luckey recently. I know he's fairly controversial in a few different ways, but if you ignore all of that and just read the blog post, it's very interesting. I would highly recommend it. Where he talks about even if VR headsets were $0, it wouldn't.
Oh, wasn't that a title
be
called like "Free is not cheap enough"?
Yeah,
right.
And it's I very much stand behind a lot of the points that he brings up. It's right now VR is super cool. There's a lot of really good experiences you can have in VR. What is the? Oh, jeez, I always forget the name of games. Beat Saber.
Oh.
Beat Saber is super fun. Really, really cool idea.
What do you do?
You have lightsabers, essentially, and you have to hit these blocks, but you have to hit them in the right direction.
Okay.
So it brings in a lot of movement. You're sort of dancing, the music playing. It's a really good way to get you engaged. I know Linus plays what I believe is called Box VR, where he's literally just boxing, and he has a lot of fun with it. A lot of people can find something that they really enjoy. There's a lot of very cool experiences in VR, but most of them are really cool for a very confined amount of time. They don't keep you on the headset. And getting the headset on, most people don't want to wear this big clunky thing on their head. The controller's a little wacky. There's a lot of problems with VR, disconnections. A lot of people feel a little bit sick still. That is still a problem. I know it's massively reduced from the past, but that is still a problem.
It's interesting because there's a lot of factors here where you just hear, well, we should bring back arcades. This is conducive to arcades. But then there's other things that aren't, like the space. And like real estate's really expensive. And if you're going to have a business that is predicated on people coming in and playing VR, you're going to need a few setups, and each setup needs a pretty big space.
And eye herpes.
Nobody wants to wear another mask.
And sweat on your face. Like it's not. There's a lot of problems with VR right now. There's a lot of surmountable problems. So that's a good spot to be in. There's definitely a very strong future for VR. Very strong future for AR.
And right a very strong future for eye herpes.
Yeah, careful when you're sharing your headsets. Get people to clean the lens off. That's a thing, by the way. Google at your own.
And as far as we know, no one contracted eye herpes at the last LTX.
No, we had little wipes on site and stuff.
No reported cases.
Yeah.
Is that a super chat? Or is that just a tag, the pink one?
What are you even talking about?
It's gone in the chat.
That?
Those, yeah.
Oh, that's just because someone's doing @LinusTech in Twitch chat.
Oh, that's
it highlights it with pink.
Oh, okay.
It makes it easier for broadcasters to see when people are talking directly to them instead of people are talking amongst themselves.
That's useful.
It's
but the super chats get highlighted and held, don't they?
Yes, this is also Twitch.
They don't have
No.
They don't have a.
So if we
get on it, Twitch.
To here.
Oh, here we go.
Don't we? I think we read those at the end. Have you heard of Magic Leap? Yeah. Yeah. I've heard of Magic Leap. Let's do ad spots really quick. Let's jump into that. Mos Organiser. Bump it up.
Give me one of those.
I'm going to give you this one.
I like this one better.
One thing I really, really like about that one that I bring up every single time they sponsor the show, and I think it's the same with all their bags. Yes, it is. Really bright orange insides. I haven't even read what I'm supposed to say yet. I just want to bring this up. Super bright, reflective orange insides. Really cool.
It looks even more high contrast on the black.
At the bottom, see how you can see the bottom? You can see all the way to the bottom.
Every bag should have that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing. There's no more like, oh, I can't find this like black pen in the bottom of my bag because the entire inside of my bag is all black and I can't see black against black very well. So they even have the black pack, but on the inside it's bright orange, so you can find things really easily. I love it. It's so wonderful. And it's like slightly reflective, so it bounces light around really nicely, so you can see things really well. Anyways, here's the official
And if you put
points.
an LTT logo on that, it would totally match the color scheme. Just saying. We should get patches that people can sew on stuff.
Or we should just get a bag.
The Mos.
We should take this offline, but I love that idea.
I'm trying to think of a clever name that puts it.
Yeah, Mos tips. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh.
Mos Organiser keeps you protected and organized by making simple products with really cool features. I'm adding that little bit in myself. The Mos backpacks are great for traveling to and from work or internationally while keeping all your electronics safe. Mos Pack Grande.
This is the black pack.
Is this Grande?
It looks bigger.
It does look bigger. I'm not sure though. But Mos Pack Grande fits up to 17-inch laptop. This looks like it would fit a 17-inch laptop, but I'm not sure. The black pack fits laptops up to 15.6 inches, made of 1680D ballistic nylon.
It feels pretty ballistic.
That's the coolest
to be honest.
That makes it tear and abrasion resistant. Yeah, it feels like that would be true.
Morgan Freeman. That sucker will stop a knife. The zippers are good too.
They feel like it. One thing that I don't like about a lot of zippers is when they'll get stuck to the side. You know what I mean? And then you have to like messed with it and readjust it so you can get it in line so you can pull it properly. These don't
Yes,
have that problem.
I have
at all.
that problem on some rain shells.
Yeah.
Or I have to like go like this so my zipper's
And the
super
zipper's
straight.
like sideways and stuff.
And I feel like,
Oh, I mean like when
do
you're
you
trying
mean
to
just
zip
get-
it up and it gets stuck sideways.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to like rotate it around and get it to. These don't have that problem
That's
at all.
not happening.
I love it. It's great. The built-in rain fly on the black pack provides extra
yeah.
padding for your electronics when not in use.
It comes out of the bottom.
Oh, so if you like clunk your bag down,
It's
your
an extra
laptop
pad,
will
but
bounce on that. That's
Otherwise,
pretty
you
cool.
just put on this.
So I used to use a cover for my backpack when I was going to school
was
because
it a grocery shopping bag?
Yeah, I think it was a garbage bag. So it was much less elegant. But these are actually really smart. I used to bike to school, so a lot of rain would kick up onto my bag, and what I believe was a garbage bag would keep it clean, but I'd have to keep swapping it out because it was a freaking garbage bag. So if you have this, it's probably better off. Internal mounting for Reach C and Reach Plus power adapters. Also has a 5-year warranty. Check it out in the links below and get 25% off with offer code LinusTech25 while supplies last.
Boom.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Aha.
Madrinas.
Madrinas.
Got stuff here. Whoa, these look cool.
Oh, I haven't seen that can
Holy
before.
cow, these look cool. Show those off.
Okay.
Madrinas coffee is coffee for fuel. Big cans of cold brew coffee with a flavor for everyone. Madrinas coffees are delicious, specialty grade blends of cold brew coffee brought to you in a convenient, ready to drink, and apparently
I really want one.
really
right now.
cute.
Can we have one?
I don't know though.
I really want one. I just
Heck yeah.
something. Ooh,
Just cracking it open.
it's got this little green tab on it. You want to split this?
I'm good. From now until November 23rd, you get 50% off. The Madrinas offers are always crazy. You get 50% off your Madrinas offer, your Madrinas order with discount code Linus. Just straight up Linus. Also, the first 50 people to use offer code Linus will get a free bag of micro roast if it's an international order.
Go.
Or a free 6-pack of cold brew, like this with that one. If you are in the USA or Canada. Check out all the details at madrinascoffee.com/Linus. And if you have any questions about the coffee or promo, Shlomo or Alex are in chat and will be able to answer your questions.
5 grams of protein.
Shlomo's talking right now. So
There he is.
you can at Shlomo and he will address whatever questions you have. Shlomo, the design on these cans are super cool. Very eye-catching too.
Shlomo, there's 10 grams of protein in this puppy.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Don't need more shakes. Oh, geez, I left up the lower third for the wrong thing.
We're sorry, Shlomo.
Here's this one.
Don't hate us, Shlomo.
I'm sorry, Shlomo. I'm just going to leave this one up for a little while. What did you think of it?
Oh, it's delicious.
What is it? What flavor is it?
I was a little...
Vanilla cappuccino.
Yeah, vanilla cappuccino. I was a little concerned because I committed to drinking it, and then I realized, but it's kind of tepid. Like, it didn't come out of the fridge just now. But it's kind of cold in this warehouse, so it is actually cold to the touch, and yeah, it's good.
Nice.
It's good.
That's a good observation, though.
Oh, they have a little sweet to bold meter here. This is a 3 out of
Kind of right in
6.
the middle.
3 out of 6.
On the lower end of middle.
Yeah. In the sweetness.
Heck yeah. Okay. Moving on to Seasonic. Seasonic 80 plus titanium achieves the highest level of 80 plus certification.
It's a thick
Efficiency
boy.
level A. It operates between 91% and 94% efficiency at all times at any load. Lambda noise level A++. Noise output stays below 20 dBA during operation. Fluid dynamic fan bearing premium hybrid fan control enables users to keep fan noise minimal. Micro tolerance load regulation, extended hold up time, 12 freaking years of warranty. Check it out on Seasonic's website or on Amazon. It says at the link below. But I don't think that's Seasonic.com.
What the heck? This thing's
So-
autographed.
What?
Is that just ours? Whose autograph is that?
That's Linus, I'm pretty sure.
Well, check it out at the link below. Maybe.
Wait, what? So is the box. I'm fairly certain that's Linus's autograph.
Cool.
Are we
Well,
giving this to someone?
I don't know. Still has the stickers on it.
Doesn't have any details in here about us giving it to someone.
Well, it's a nice power supply.
Maybe he just wanted to practice. That looks so professional, even in the placement of the signature and everything.
Yeah.
It looks like it could have been like printed on there. Anyways, I don't think it is. So check
Special
that out if
edition.
you're interested. And if you're watching on YouTube later for the VOD, there will be a link in the description for Amazon. If not, I'm sure you can find it super easy. Oh yeah, here's a pretty easy link. lmg.gg/Seasonic Prime. Boom.
Plus you get this bag.
Dude, the bags are actually really nice because then you throw your spare cables in the bag.
Oh no, dude! Then you never get to use the bag. You gotta.
What do you use the bag for?
Transporting alcohol in public in style.
Oh.
Like, whoa, is that Crown Royal? No, it's Absolute, but it's in this sick bag.
It's in this super nice bag. Okay.
Seasonic does not endorse public alcohol use.
Well, I'm sure they don't. Let's go. New folding phone details. Folding phone feels
The Samsung
weird to
folding
say.
phone. The folding
Yeah.
screen.
The Galaxy F. Are you interested? I'm interested. Most people think it's not cool. I think it's super cool.
Oh, I totally want to check that puppy out.
Yeah.
I remember the last CES we went to, there was a ZTE folding phone, and I thought, it's probably junk. But we checked it out, and it was way lighter than I thought. And when I opened it, it was pretty cool. That one has a seam. It's actually just 2 screens, and there's a hinge, right? It was pretty good, but this will be next level. I think this is going to be a real trendsetter. I wouldn't be surprised if Apple, well, they don't want to cannibalize their iPads. But I think this is an amazing product.
It's got quite a kind of thick boy bezel going on.
Okay, so
and just the general
the bezel
thickness.
around the screen.
Bezel around
Can we
the screen?
see that again? Really?
That's a pretty.
That's like a 1/4 inch or like a 1/2 inch top
That's
chin bar.
A big boy. I do know when they were showing this off, they like dimmed the lights, and as far as I know, the body that it's in and stuff is not final.
That's right,
So,
and you
like,
could see the
who knows?
silhouette. It was like a brick.
Yeah.
But
Especially
people are going to be willing to make trade-offs like that. At first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
And they'll iterate on it.
Like that looks, it's pretty thick. Like if it's like a full phone of thickness on each side, carrying 2 phones in your pocket all the time.
What if it's like that thick?
It's pretty thick, like that.
I mean, people have done it. Like we did it.
Dude, I've carried multiple phones all the time.
Or like in high school when you had a flip phone, they were just different dimensions.
Yeah. Usually they were really short though.
The real question is there any use when it's open and you're actually using that beautiful big screen? Do you care? Does it offer you any value?
That looks really big. That mock-up in that person's hand looks really big.
You know what that looks like? That looks like the size of my wife's Note 8 in a giant wallet case that she has.
Okay, yeah. But then that's it folded. So then it's like a book. I think there's use. Because personally, if I'm... Like, let's look at the Pixel 3, for instance. Pixel 3 is really small for me. Yeah. One hand, I can type on it just fine, but I like typing with 2 hands when I can.
Yeah, okay.
And I can type with 1 hand on a Pixel 3 XL. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I can do it just fine. Do it all the time. But if I had like a big, nice screen and I was 2-hand typing, sure, why not?
I don't know, man. Because do you ever try typing on landscape?
Yeah,
it's gonna be like this wide. That's not fine for me. It's annoying. It's like you gotta adjust. You can't.
I don't think it's gonna do.
You can't
that
just
well.
let your thumbs go. You have to like tilt your hand to get to the middle.
Yeah, I think like.
Yeah, but you're a thick boy.
If
Linus was here, he'd have to like take his hand off to get to the middle.
But that's the thing. That's where like I think some of the smaller phone form factors. It's kind of sad that they're going away. Because sometimes it's nice to like for my daily driver I like bigger phones generally, but sometimes it's nice to have a little phone.
Yeah, like I want the Pixel 3, the small one.
Yeah,
because I do a lot of one-handed.
Yeah,
and I don't have one of those things on the back, the rings that you put your fingers through.
Yeah,
which apparently is a godsend. It makes your
I don't like those.
Makes your big phone one-handable.
Yeah,
I've tried them out, but I've never had one myself. Apparently I love it if I get it. I don't.
The girlfriend runs one of those. She loves it, but I just I don't know. I think okay, but in this situation, yeah. See, it's weird because like that's it he's doing like this. Like that actually looks pretty small. It does not look the same in this photo where he's actually holding it.
That's closed, so that's a back. That's a display
Yeah,
on the
but
back.
this one it's closed too, and in this one it looks like it's huge. But then when he's actually holding,
That's a rendering though.
That's true, and this is the
and that chassis is like not the chassis.
So it'll probably even be smaller than that.
I would think so, and it probably has different bevels and chamfers and stuff.
So what do you think about using that generally, and then opening it up? Would you even want to? Because if you open it up, you can't like message. Basically, everything I do on my freaking phone is messaging, of some sort.
Okay,
Emails
so this is a second screen, right? When it's closed, there's a secondary screen that you can use, and that screen alone is, I think, like 4.7 inches or something like that, which is like pretty big.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they really have that. I mean, because there are some phone cases for regular phones that when you close them, there's a little window.
Yeah.
And they work with the phone software to have like notifications and the clock in that little window. And I think that would be sufficient. This is just like so much more that like at some point, why even open it? And it's just going to drain your battery and everything.
I think that's the idea, because with this screen, that's a lot of screen, isn't it? Jeez. In terms of the battery drain idea.
I mean, it's OLED, so it'll turn off.
It can be completely off.
Yeah.
I'd be scared about breaking it more than the battery. But with this screen, if you need to one hand, you can really easily.
Mm-hmm.
You don't lose that functionality. I don't know. I really don't know if I would buy it.
Who do you think will? Interesting phone. Do you think it's like kind of like the BlackBerry market? Those people who actually want to run a spreadsheet.
Dude, I think it's gonna be massive in Korea. Korea has, and like I'm not surprised Samsung's making it. Korea has always loved gigantic phones, absolutely monstrous sized phones, and like it was really the first time I was in Korea. You see people with like TV antennas off their phones and stuff.
Yeah, they had a whole different broadcast thing in Japan.
Yeah. But like huge format phones were massive there.
Can we go back to, because what about people are streaming more and more of their devices. What about content consumption? If you turn that puppy sideways, what aspect ratio is that? Like 4:3 or something?
Oh boy, I don't know.
Like you're gonna get some black bars.
One thing I really like about this open format though is split screen stuff.
Yeah, which was really cool in the ZTE one that we tried.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cases that it's useful to have like your calendar open and your email or something like that.
If I can be messaging and like almost like separate desktop style split screen, a little bit more aggressive than they currently have, because if you know like the floating, do you have Facebook Messenger on your phone? Have you had
the
it
chat
on
heads
before? Yeah,
I hate those.
If you have chat heads open, I understand that you hate them, but if you have them open and when you expand it, it doesn't fill your whole screen, it just fills up like the messaging portion of your screen.
Yeah,
then you can be watching a video and be doing email and have the chat head annoying you all the time, and like that sounds very cool for productivity. Being able to watch or observe something.
It kind of screws YouTube. You need to have the premium YouTube in order to be watching a video and minimize the app and do other things on your phone. With this, you just keep it open. Although the YouTube app doesn't support split screen, right? So would you have to support split screen for you to be able to
That's why I said I almost want it to be a better version where it's like multi-desktop. Where they're like separated.
I think that's... Yeah, I don't think it's the same as actual Android split screen. If I remember the ZTE one, they had buttons along the bottom to choose what you wanted. So one button was like, put my whole thing as one screen. One button was make it A and B.
Yeah, because with like an A and B setup, YouTube might not be able to say no.
Yeah, because I don't think it's actually the same as Android split screen. And then they had a third button that was A and A. And because with that phone, you could put it in like tent mode. So I could put it here and you could watch it and I could watch it. Kind of an edge case.
Pretty weird.
Hey, let's have our
Let's watch this together, but from really far away.
It's just like you don't have to go like this to watch a video. We can just like, hey, check out this video, and I can hold my phone like that, and we're both watching it.
Sure.
Okay, I can look in your eyes. His eyes are smiling. He likes this part.
Does he like this music video?
I can feel his breath getting heavier.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's useful like on a train or something, right?
Sure. Yeah, I could see people doing it. It's just not 100% my thing. Anyways, we should probably move on.
No, but the new things were that it's called F, which is not that sexy.
No.
Yo, is that the F?
You on the F, bro? Sounds kind of like
Damn.
S, but it's less cool.
F-bomb.
Yeah.
And the other new thing is the price.
Whoa! I had not looked at that yet. Oh, I'm not buying this phone.
$1,770.
I get it. I'm not gonna buy it. I understand the price. I understand why it has to be that expensive. You got so many screens. The thing's huge. You're probably gonna need a monstrous
the
battery.
R&D. Like they've been working on this for years.
The R&D. They're not gonna sell that many of them.
It's such a premium device. Yeah.
It's. I get it, but holy crap!
It's amazing that they're like beating Apple in their own game in a way.
I love how some people in chat have started saying F for the price. So like F to pay respects. Yeah. So it's like F to pay respects for this phone called an F. I love that goes.
I want to riff on this Apple angle though.
Okay.
It's interesting because right now you're seeing smartphones flatten out. It's a mature market.
Yes.
Everyone and their dog's making them.
Yeah.
When a new category gets kind of forged by the innovator, usually having a vertically integrated product gives you an advantage, because when your company is handling all the different parts of it, then you get this kind of performance delta that you benefit from. And that's what iPhone's benefited from for years. And they're losing that performance delta now as the product gets commoditized. And yet now you're seeing Samsung, which actually is also a vertically integrated phone company in ways different to Apple. Apple has the hardware and software integration. Samsung has hardware integration across the stack. Like they make the screens, they make all these other components. They make more of their phone's components than any other cell phone maker out there, as far as I know. And so it's a different type of vertical integration. And in this case, it's still in 2018 giving them a performance delta where they're the ones who get to actually innovate, not by just like removing headphone jacks, and actually put out this crazy, perhaps revolutionary or at least evolutionary product, which is pretty cool. And they're also beating Apple in their own game insofar as finding a way to charge a butt ton of money for a phone.
Yeah.
Whereas like with Apple, they've kind of got all the Apple customers in the world that exist, and now they're just trying to squeeze more money per customer by pushing the price up to $1,500 for the new 10s.
At almost $2,000, that's going to be more than like a not a majority at all, but a significant notable percentage of the amount of people watching this show. It'll be more than their first car.
Definitely more than their desktop.
$1,770 US.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's about the global monthly income. The global average monthly income. Yeah. So that's crazy. Okay, put it this way though. If you're gonna get the most expensive iPhone XS Max,
it's more than my desktop.
256 gigabyte version. It's like $1,550. Would you spend an extra $100 or $200 to get this?
Oh, I wouldn't get a Max. So it's like a bit of a difficult question, but I understand where you're coming from. And maybe I also think it might have a really good space. Not that this space isn't even going to necessarily be around for all that long. But if you gave this phone to someone who had who did not grow up with phones and was somewhat vision impaired by a little bit, the expanded icon version on this phone is going to be awesome.
Okay.
You take this thing out of your pocket, you unfold it, and you just have this huge screen. If you need to peck type, it's going to be easy.
I think there's going to be certain demographics that love this phone. I think there's a lot of people in the world where their phone is their computer.
Yeah. I
think there's business people, they're going to have the BlackBerry market. Like every real estate agent is going to have this phone because they like to flex, and because, they got to open up their day planner, and it'd be awesome to have your calendar open that big.
Brew, I can't read the rest of your name because it blends in with the pinkish hue of that message really aggressively. I wouldn't get a Max, largely because I don't like Samsung software. He was like, would get a Max but wouldn't buy, but is interested in a Pixel 3 XL. First of all, not really. Pixel 3 XLs are kind of a disaster. I think all phones right now are a little derp, but yeah, whatever. I'm sitting on an original Pixel
really?
XL,
wow,
with a cracked screen and a basically fried out battery, and I just don't really want to buy it.
Do you think this thing's gonna have junk battery life? On the one hand, it's pretty big. Maybe it has 2 batteries. On the other hand, it has 3 big screens.
But they're OLED, so you can turn off.
Yeah.
If you have 2 batteries and you usually just use the one screen, Like, you could drag that battery out for a long time, I bet.
Cool.
Although I think you'll notice a significant decrease in battery if you start unfolding it very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty oof.
I hope it has a satisfying click when you open it. Bam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. Or what if you put a ring on the back of it and you can just take it out of your pocket with one hand and go whoosh?
That would...
Hell yeah!
Honestly, that would possibly sell it for me.
If you're watching, if Samsung's watching...
If the hinge is that good?
That's your ad right there. That's your commercial. You'd be like Zorro.
That's your unlock.
That's so sweet.
Talking about so sweet, RTX in Battlefield 5. Finally, you'll be able to use your thingamajiggy. The first unless your graphics card lit on fire.
If it's not Ashes, you can finally play a publicly available official title with RTX on.
Paired with GeForce 416.94 Wickel drivers, Windows 10 1809, and patched Battlefield 5.
Wickel.
You haven't heard that?
No, I never heard that.
Yeah. You'll be in for a surprise. The performance drops roughly 50%.
Hey, man. Whatever, man. It costs a lot to look this good. We got some actual frame rate numbers here.
Oh my god.
So there's a link. If you click through to the second source, you can actually see some screens of what
there
it
was
looks
a
like,
bug that prevented them from testing at medium. Sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, apparently what happened was when they tried to set it to medium, it would actually just keep the settings from the last one they were on. So if they went from low to medium, it would just run it low. And if they went from high to medium, it would run it high. Okay, so if they were running with the ray tracing off, with their at 1080p with their 2080 Ti,
which I can tell you, I've played a bit of Battlefield 5. Looks beautiful.
Well, it can look more beautiful if you don't want 158.8 frames per second, and you're like, hey, I'll take 65.
Who has a 2080 Ti and a 1080p screen? Unless you're going for a crazy high refresh rate, at which point in time you're not turning on RTX. Or you're not turning on ray tracing, I should say more specifically.
Yeah, well, you can run in 4K
at 30 FPS.
Hey man, that used to be enough.
Not really.
Well,
actually, if you go really far back in gaming, like original, I think it was Mario Kart and stuff, was still 60.
But you could do 4K with RTX on low, or DXR on low, or medium, provided medium works. Because they have given us levels that you can do off, low, medium, high, and ultra. And
so 4K ultra is 30 FPS. Is that right?
That's right. So turning on ray tracing at all, you get no matter what level, you get a huge reduction.
They should have shown us. Yeah, I want more stuff than this.
Go to here. There's tons of stuff.
Is there more?
Yeah, they did there's a full. Yeah, just
okay,
touch it.
I got I'm right there. Yeah.
Just touch it. You got the touch screen.
Hold on.
So this is the visuals. If you go to the bottom.
Okay, hold on.
Expand some of those. It looks cool.
But they're not the same screenshots.
No, this is all this. This isn't a side-by-side comparison. This is just all on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But if you go to the bottom, there's a table of contents thing, and you can go to performance and see all the.
Is this side by side?
Maybe.
Of what though?
I think it's ultra and low. Yeah.
Low versus ultra.
So there's not that much of a difference between low and ultra. So if you're gonna turn
low, that's ultra.
So if you're looking at the reflection if you look at the reflection in the window, that reflection's all still there. That's so cool though with RTX, hey? You can't. That's
gain unrelated things. Oh no, that's not true. I just didn't see them the first time. So the light on these like little metal bars show up a lot more.
It's so cool that
you can look better.
You can look through a window that's transparent, and even though you're looking through and seeing the environment through the window, you're also seeing the reflection of the stuff behind you. Yes. That wasn't possible before, and that's so realistic. It's so super cool, and you get that regardless of its low or ultra. So I think a lot of people end up turning it on and running it at low.
It's pretty awesome how it makes it worse competitively. That's pretty cool. I hope a lot of you guys turn that on so I can kill you more easily in game. Memory usage. Ooh. Performance. Ultra. Where's like...
Scroll more? Or you're at the bottom already?
That's it.
What are you looking for?
So if it says Ultra up here, is that assuming DXR is on Ultra?
No.
Oh, no, here it is.
That means the game's running at Ultra.
2070. But then it stops detailing.
Right, that's because this is off, and then it's getting higher details.
Okay, so where's 20? This is a little messy, guys.
Well, it's all the different cards, right?
2080 DXR. This is
what are you looking
4K
for?
4K Ultra.
It's like up here.
2080 Ti. I don't see any more 2080 Ti.
Ti Ultra right there.
Medium. Huh. Oh, right, because the medium was glitched or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So DXR low. What? Oh, that's 2070. They don't have 2080 Ti with DXR low.
Yeah, they do. It's farther down this way.
Oh, derp. I'm still reading this backwards. Ultra high. So there's 0.5 FPS difference between ultra and high for DXR at 4K. Is this 1440? Yeah. 2080 Ti DXR high, 52.6 FPS. So you'll have to, and then medium still bugged. Damn it. So it's the sweet spot above. The sweet spot's probably luckily with my monitor. Haha. 1440p. 2080 Ti DXR on medium once it actually works. You'll be above 60 FPS and you'll still have DXR on. And I guess low is still pretty nice. I will note that there is actually a pretty major difference. I agree with you. If you want those reflections and stuff, just having it on a minimum is pretty cool. But in those side by sides, especially the bars in the window, that actually stood out to me a lot.
Yeah.
Like if you're just going for realism, that looks nice. You can barely see the bars in the window on the first one, and they really stand out on the second one. Whether or not, okay, to be completely honest, whether or not that's a good thing, whether or not that's actually realistic, I don't know. Because if they're black bars, that's how they would look, right?
Well, yeah, who knows?
So
I don't know what materials those bars are supposed to be, and I don't know if there's a light directly shining on them.
Yeah,
or what's up,
I don't know either. So I can't really tell.
I don't know. Turn it on during the campaign.
Yeah.
Put that sucker on low online.
Yeah.
And let the frames rip.
And like in this situation, the gun, it looks different. Is it supposed to be that dirty, or is it supposed to be shiny like this? I don't know. They can both be fairly realistic. I'm not sure, but I would play around with it in single player. You will be literally better off turning it off in multiplayer. We've talked about that in the past.
And one final thing to wrap up. Stan Lee died this week, guys. He was 95.
Yeah.
He died on Monday.
Luckily, I will say, like, obviously it's sad. But we have to look back on the positive stuff. He lived a long and very fulfilling life, I think. And I think
what a legend.
Sense. Yeah, exactly.
Rest in power, Stan Lee.
Exactly.
What a legend. Like, it's so crazy. When you're a kid and you're watching, let's say you're watching like a Spider-Man 90s cartoon.
Yeah.
And any of these heroes is presented with a dilemma. There's the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. And not only do these shows kind of teach kids the idea of what the right thing to do is, but you watch enough of these that you're sitting there as a child and you know what the right thing to do is, and you know the hero's going to do that thing. It's just so crazy that a person can take part in creating the mythology of our entire society. It's nuts. That's crazy.
He did a lot.
He did that. People like him do that. I guess Disney, that kind of stuff does that. But that's just like the entire imagination of the culture.
He lived a long life. He impacted more lives than the vast majority of people ever. Like a vast majority of people ever, in a positive way. And I think he made a lot of really cool things that will live on for a very long time. Speaking
of cool things, Netflix added a feature where if you're in your search bar, you type in Excelsior with an exclamation point, which is Stan Lee's catchphrase. He used to sign off his articles with that.
Yeah.
It will just bring up all the Marvel
oh, that's cool.
search results there. Your results are going to vary depending on the region you're in, but just a little Easter egg, which is pretty cool. And I got some little Stan Lee facts here.
Okay, go.
Okay, did you know that he's been in 16 Marvel films since the first 2000s X-Men? And because he does those cameos, right? They're actually in the contract.
Really?
There's a contract that stipulates he has to appear in every film that's based on a character he created. Isn't that awesome?
That's cool.
That's probably my favorite one. There's a couple other facts that you guys can check out. Oh yeah, there's actually 3 cameos still to come.
And I was also gonna actually ask this question. You know how Star Wars did like CGI people who have passed away? What would you think if they just kept cameoing Stan Lee?
Honestly, kind of cool. That would be kind of cool.
I think it makes sense, personally.
There's an interview with who is it? The person who took over, like the current CEO of Marvel, and he apparently visited Stan Lee before, like 2 days before he passed away, and he said that he was still talking about, even though he had like allegedly accepted his fate, he was still talking about doing future cameos because it was like he loved doing the cameos. As long as he didn't have to travel, it was like his favorite thing to do. So I think it would be kind of cool. I think it makes
sense. I feel like it's something he would want to do. I feel like even though his body is now gone, the things he created still live on, and I think he would want to be a part of it personally.
And he is going to appear in Ralph Breaks the Internet, the sequel to Wreck-It Ralph. He's going to be in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the next Spider-Man movie, I guess. And he might end up being in Avengers 4, which is coming out in May. But going with what you're talking about, he actually is immortalized in the Amazing Spider-Man game from, I believe, 2017, because there's like some DLC where you can play as Stan Lee and you can like web sling around. we have that linked. You can check it on YouTube. Oh no, we don't have it linked. Well, you can Google it.
That's awesome.
No, we do have a link. There it is. There's a YouTube clip.
Speaking of crazy stuff, Detective Pikachu. Do we want to?
I don't know. There's a kind of an uncanny valley thing going on with those Pokemon.
It's weird.
I don't know if there is a good way to do this. I'm not gonna see this movie, guys.
You're not gonna see it?
I'll see it if the reviews are off the chain, but they're not. It's gonna be junk. It's gonna be. Okay, from the director.
Some of the Pokemon are weird. That's, I think, my biggest problem with it. Like what is it?
Mr. Mime?
An Eevee? The Mr. Mime's hands?
That's what I'm saying with this uncanny valley thing. They have like this realistic skin. It's kind of creepy.
Even Pikachu's like, dude, like, too high res, my man.
But what did you want? I don't think there's
the Charmander's like, ooh.
They look weird.
Or not the Charmander, the Charizard, the Bulbasaur's. Like, what? That thing's really weird. I think it's an Eevee. I'm not even sure. Greninja looks fine, to be completely honest.
I don't know. They should have got Neil.
Psyduck? Ugh!
Yeah, it's weird.
So weird.
Charizard looks good.
Charizard looks weird.
He's at the end. Yeah, the Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime's hands. The rest of it, I don't actually bother. See all the like weird, like this is definitely a glove wrinkles?
Oh yeah.
It's weird. I don't know, man.
From the director who brought you such classics as Shark Tales, Monsters vs. Aliens, Gulliver's Travels, and Goosebumps. I mean...
he looks so weird. He looks so weird.
Do you think that they're consistent at least?
Like Psyduck! What the heck?
That looked like that painting, The Scream.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's consistency across the different Pokemon? Do you think that they have artistic harmony?
No.
Do you think they all look like one-offs?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that into it. I don't know what chat necessarily thinks.
If this gets a Rotten Tomatoes of plus 75 and an IMDb of over 7, I'll go.
So you're not going?
No, it's gonna be junk. A lot of people are pissed that it's Ryan Reynolds. They don't think
why?
I don't know. They don't think he fits. I think it's okay. I don't care.
Him being Pikachu, yeah, I think that's maybe a little weird. I feel like he'd be better as like Meowth or something.
Big time better as Meowth. Yeah.
Like a more playful kind of character. Pikachu was always very, I don't know.
He's a little more cutesy.
Yeah. Like very much so.
Who would do a good Pikachu?
I have no idea. Linus.
Someone beloved. Yeah, maybe a higher voice. I don't know.
I feel like a higher voice.
Because Ryan Reynolds is just Ryan Reynolds in every movie. You know,
Yeah,
he's just
yeah. I feel like a higher voice. Probably someone with a little bit less like, the Ryan Reynolds style. A little bit. I love Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan, if you're watching this, local boy, no hate.
Hell yeah.
And you're not just Ryan Reynolds. I've seen you in Amityville Horror. It was really good. You were serious. It was good.
But I don't think he's Pikachu. I think he could pull off, to be honest, quite a few different Pokemon very well.
Especially the ones that talk, like Meowth.
Yeah.
I can't think of who would be a good...
Meowth, I think, is like typecasted perfectly, but I think there's a few others that would play really well with Ryan Reynolds' style.
Give him a Squirtle, even.
Hell yeah!
Let him squirt.
Squirtle Squad leader Ryan Reynolds.
Those
would
sunglasses?
Be so dope.
Those deal with the sunglasses coming out, those triangle ones?
Yeah. He could pull that off so well. I don't personally think Pikachu was the right decision here. I think him being in the movie, 100%.
Give me a Pokemon movie where Ryan Reynolds is the voice of every Pokemon. Except
to be honest, that would be funny in its own right. And like
a lot of people are saying Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah, that was
that's brutal.
Why?
But it's funny. Someone put some Danny DeVito lyrics with Pikachu, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's enough.
That's it. That's it for the show. I hope you liked it. If you did, come back next week. And then I'm gonna press this button.
What about Super Chats? Did anyone even Super Chat us?
Oh yeah. Lots of people do.
Super Chat. The WAN show.
Do a video on the molecule air purifier.
Look into it, but not looking good.
Thank you very much, Seasonic.
Sonic! Madrinas, I'm all hopped up.
Let's go through some of these. Personally, I think that ray tracing is just a distraction to Moore's law. We can't really increase performance anymore. You can.
We're doing what we can.
Yeah. One UI for TouchWiz is pretty clean. I don't like TouchWiz. Thank you all for the donations, by the way. Shout out to you guys and Linus. Love what you do. Keep it up. We need you guys to hold manufacturers to the fire.
Yeah.
Get past their marketing BS.
Yeah.
A quality product certainly deserves attention. Shout out to Linus.
Shout out, Linus.
Yeah.
Linus.
Linus?
He's in Korea. He's not here. Anymore?
4 of those signed 850 watt PSUs are being given away. Entries are closed though. Got it.
Who said that?
Mape, so he probably knows what he's talking about.
Ah.
Yeah. I would classify that as like a certified.
Mape certified.
Yeah.
We should get a stamp.
Mape certified? I'd be down. I'd be 100% down. First time caller, long time listener. What's your favorite meme to use when the opportunity arises?
What did you say? The favorite what?
What's your favorite meme?
Meme?
Yeah.
Oh. Jeez. I like the
Oh, that is pretty good.
That kid
is pretty good.
That kid's pretty good. When I'm trying to be savage, I really like that one. That's that guy. He's like, gives you these eyes, and he's like, okay, you know.
There's I think so. Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yes. He does a little bit of an eye roll thing.
He goes like,
yeah.
That one's insulting. Someone insulted me with it once, and I was like, oh, that's a savage one.
My favorite two are the Why Not Both Taco Girl.
Did you see our Why Not
Both
video?
Which I thought that was hilarious because that's definitely one of my favorite memes. I saw you guys did that. And that was great. And then the other one is probably, it's like I think it's a husky, and it's just sitting there like this, and it says K, like QUE with a bunch of question marks all over the place.
There's a new
Fantastic. One. This is to see a channel super fun with Alex's potato cannon.
Don't let Alex see that.
Nice.
We should do it as a Floatplane exclusive, maybe.
You guys should do it. If Linus was POTUS, we'd have coherent tweets. He can't be, so I guess rip to us.
He does want to do politics, though. I think he might in the future, when he's old, when he's too old for YouTube.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I wouldn't vote for him though, just to troll him.
Can LTT look into the molecule air purifier?
No, that's not a second guy. There's no way.
It's the same dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holding, we did. Don't forget to feed Nana. Anthony needs Sue's something. I don't know what's going on here. Can you guys chill for like 15 to 30 seconds when you start up the stream? We on Twitch have to watch an ad and miss out on those valuable seconds.
I don't think we can chill.
Nah, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
I appreciate the idea though. Someone said I'm pooing? That's good. I mean, mobile phones. It's pretty cool.
I'm peeing right now.
Wow. That's impressive, to be completely honest.
And soon it'll be cold, and I will have to go.
Good morning from India. What's up? What's up, dude?
What's up, India?
Subscribe to PewDiePie. I heard he needs more Indian subscribers. Anyways, to cap that off, though, I will see you guys next time, next Friday.